Howdy, hi. This is Do Your Job Sports College Basketball Picks and Predictions for Saturday, December 20th, 2025. We are looking at the best bets of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, first things first, got to recap previous day's results. We are currently having a very good day. Well, we have one game left ongoing with the UC Irvine, but at the time of me making this video, there's 12 minutes left in that game. We're currently 6-1 on the day, bringing our season record to 182 wins, 136 losses. I will update that once this UC Irvine game goes final. We add $2 to the giveaway fund, could be $4. I will update that as well. Nobody gets taken off or added to the ban list. Let me get recapping, then we'll get on to the 7 games we got for tomorrow. All right, first game we had, 5 o'clock tip. It was Milwaukee at a neutral site game, but not really because it was in Milwaukee versus South Dakota State. Milwaukee wins plus 100 on the money line, 88-87, a fantastic game. Milwaukee shoots 46% from the field, 42% from deep, and what won them the game, free throws. They shot 87%. South Dakota State, 53% from the free throw line. Clearly, the Jackrabbits are not shooting enough free throws. They got to get practicing. Thank you to Milwaukee, starting the day off right. Then we had Seton Hall, plus 2.5 on the road at Providence. Why was Seton Hall catching a number to Providence? Does Vegas not realize that Cam English is one of the worst coaches in not just the entire Big East Conference, but all of D1 basketball? The Friars moved to 7-6 on the year. Seton Hall, they moved to 11-1. They are in a prime place to take the third spot in the Big East for that automatic bid. It's going to be them, Villanova, maybe Butler, depending on what shapes out with the rest of conference play. It's going to be real tight for who gets that third auto bid, because I think this will be a 3-bid league. Maybe 4 if someone surprisingly wins the conference tourney, but I would imagine that's going to go to St. John's or UConn. Next game, Akron at home to open up MAC play. Had a minus 15.5. They win this game by 21. They shoot 55% from the field, just 17% from deep. That was abysmal, but I guess it really didn't matter at the end. They win the rebound battle. They win the turnover battle. They're just good. Tabari Johnson had 21. Who else played well? Evan Mahaffey, double-double. Lyles had a double-double. They're a good team. They're probably going to win the MAC. Next one would be the over, 162.5, Baylor and Alcorn State. Baylor just really enjoys beating the piss out of these lower conference schools. They won 113-56. Good God. I mean, you double up their score plus 1. Baylor 65% from the field, 43% from deep, 87% from the free throw line. They win the rebound battle by 24. They tied the turnover battle. That was weird. Not sure how you have 14 turnovers, but they did. Doesn't matter. They hit the over, and then by far the game of the night. This game was on crack. Western Kentucky plus 2.5 at home. We needed all of that plus 2.5. We also had the over, 158.5. Final score, Tulsa 82, Western Kentucky 81. WKU went up 2 points with 5 seconds left. Tulsa calls a timeout. They bring it up to half court, call a timeout again. Perfectly executed inbound play. They throw it down low to the post. Their postman kicks it out to the dude outside the three-point line. Wide open three-pointer. Kobe. Tulsa wins by 1. Our plus 2.5 is safe. That is why you always take the points. Then our one loser currently, Wisconsin minus 5. They pushed this game all the way to overtime, but it doesn't matter because they suck. Looks like they lost by 10. How you give up 20 points in a 5-minute overtime, I don't know, but they found a way to do it. Wisconsin, they got destroyed. They lost the rebound battle by 4. They lost the turnover battle by 8. That's going to do it for the Badgers. They moved to 7-4. They're not going to do anything in Big Ten play. I mean, they open Big Ten play. Purdue, UCLA, Michigan. That is 0-3 right off the rip. They ain't doing shit. All right, then we'll do a score update on UC Irvine. Let me go find this real quick. Oh, God. All right, hold on. We're going to move that to the loss column. All right, I have made some minor adjustments. We are now 6-2 on the day, considering I checked the score. UC Irvine went from down 4 to down 16 in about 2 minutes. How that happened, I don't know. We'll look at the stats currently. It is 66-50. Belmont is shooting higher 3-point percentage than they are 2-point percentage. That is not ideal. UC Irvine winning the offensive rebound battle, winning the turnover battle, but is down 16 points. That sucks. 36% from the field, 32% from deep. Belmont 52% from the field, 53% from deep. That is how we go 6-2. Let's get on to the picks for tomorrow. All right, first game we got, it is St. John's, Kentucky, neutral site games because both of these schools are really stupid. I'm going to take the Johnnies minus 2.5. I do not think Kentucky is any good. We get the better roster, the better coach. Kentucky probably will have the crowd, but that really has not mattered. In all of their power games, when they hit the road, they do not win. Simple to the point. St. John's 7-3 on the year. Their 3 losses coming to Auburn by 11, Bama by 7, then Iowa State by 1. They have good wins over Ole Miss and Baylor, and then DePaul, if you count that, as they are 1-0 in conference play. They score 88 points a game, played a top 30 pace, shoot it 48% from the field. They do not really like the 3-ball. This is a team that's going to get downhill, get to the hoop, get to the free throw line. They're going to out-rebound you. They're going to out-physical you. That is just Rick Pitino basketball. Kentucky, they are some bitches. They're 7-4 on the year. Losses to North Carolina, Gonzaga, Michigan State, and Louisville. They are coming off of a 12-point home win over Indiana. I mean, that was a true home game. Obviously, you have to win that, so I'm not even going to give them much credit there. They lack toughness. They're still without their big man Quaintance from Arizona State, sophomore transfer. They folded over every single game when they haven't been at home. I do not trust this team. I don't trust Pope as a coach. I will take Slick Rick and St. John's. All right, next game, a little controversial if you're looking at stats, but we're going to go past what the stats say. Marshall plus 4.5 on the road at Troy. This is the first game for Sun Belt Conference, both of these teams. Troy has played about to the level of their competition for every single game. They have a crazy road win at San Diego State, but then they also have a home loss to West Georgia. You really don't know what you're getting with this Troy team. I've been impressed with Marshall. They've proven they can step up against good competition, and they can win on the road. Previous years, Marshall has not been able to win road games. This year, I think they're able to. Marshall, 7-4 on the year, coming off of a home win against Wright State by 2 points. They've had a week off to prepare for this conference opener. They score 80 a game, played a top 115 pace, shoot it 46% from the field. Decent from deep as well, 36% from beyond the arc. They toss 17 assists a game. That is top 100 in the country. They also have a freak down low, 7'4", 260-pound center. I do not see how anyone on Troy is stopping that. Troy is 7-5. They have a road win at San Diego State. They have a close double overtime loss to USC. They have losses straight up this year. Toledo, CSUN, Loyola Marymount, and West Georgia. You have no clue what you're getting with this team on a night-to-night basis. They score 89 a game, but play at a top 75 pace. They don't play defense. I do not trust them laying a number. Also, it should be noted this is a true home game for Troy. Currently, Alabama football, last time I checked, they were down 17-0. I'd imagine that number, holy shit, they're winning. There is no chance Oklahoma just choked this. They were winning 17-0 in the first. All right, well, either way, whether Alabama wins or loses, the fans are not showing up to this game. They're either going to be extremely hungover or extremely hungover and depressed So you can factor both of that in. They are not showing up for a 2 o'clock tip Troy basketball game. Give me Marshall plus 4.5. All right, next game we got. It is Central Michigan on the road at Northern Illinois. Neither of these teams should ever be laying a number. They should always be a pick 'em. I'm going to take the Chippewas plus 2.5. Northern Illinois is no good. This is the opener of MAC play for both of these teams. Like I said, Northern Illinois should not be laying a number to any MAC school. So I'll take the points with the Chips. Central Michigan 4-7 on the year. They've only beat 2 Division I opponents. That was App State opening night by 16, then Coppin State by 23. They have played a pretty tough schedule. Losses to Northern Kentucky, Marquette, St. Louis, Bradley, all of those on the road. They score 74 points a game, played a bottom 175 pace, shoot it 45% from the field. This is a first-year Division I head coach with Andy Bronkema. This team is basically all D2 stars, and then one transfer from Michigan who played like 4 minutes a game off the bench. NIU, also 4-7 on the year. They also have 2 Division I wins. One of them came opening night against ULM by 20, and the other was against Loyola Chicago by 17. They score 77 a game, played a top 150 pace, shoot it 43% from the field. These teams are basically dead even. I think Andy Bronkema is a better coach. I think they have the bigger, stronger dudes down low. I will take them, plus 2.5 on a road. All right, next game, another neutral site game because college basketball schools are stupid. Northwestern, Butler. This one takes place at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That is where the Pacers play. I would imagine Butler would have the home court advantage. However, Northwestern fans do travel. Their football team is not playing for anything. They might actually show up to this game. I trust Butler more, though. Better team. I think they have the better coach. They're coming off of a double-digit loss to UConn on the road. This is a must-win game if they want any chance of continuing their at-large bid. So I'll take them laying 1.5. Northwestern 7-4 on the year. They've lost to every single good team they have played. Oklahoma State, loss. Wisconsin, loss. That looks really bad right now. Ohio State, another bad loss. And then Virginia, their best win is DePaul at a neutral site by 2 points. That is not good. They returned 2 starters from last year's team. They hit the portal. They grabbed a guard from USF and then a backup center from Cincinnati. They average 82 a game, played a bottom 100 pace. They don't shoot threes. They only make 6 of them a game. They're going to try to slow this one down, win the tempo, win the rebounding battle. I don't think they can. Butler 8-3 on the year. Losses coming to SMU by 1. Boise State on the road by, Boise State at home by I think like 10. And then UConn by double digits. They're a veteran team. This is the best and most expensive roster that Thad Matta has had in his tenure at Butler. They have good size down low with the Gonzaga transfer. They have leadership at the guard spot with Flapowski, whatever that dude's name is up top with the really curly hair. He's a beast. They shoot it well, 88 points a game. This isn't a home game, but I do think they have the crowd. I'll take them, minus 1.5. I trust them more than I do Northwestern. Next game, I almost made this one my favorite bet of the day, but I stayed off just because I'm a little suspect of Bowling Green. They might be better than I think. We'll see. I'm going to take Ohio, minus 110 on the money line. I will also rock the over, 150.5. This is opening MAC play for both of these schools. Ohio's been on a roll. They started the year off 1-6, playing really tough competition. They are now 5-6. They've won 4 in a row. Bowling Green has not played a single good team. I really don't know what they are. BG, 8-3 on the year. They've won 5 out of their last 6 games. Their 3 losses were against Davidson, William & Mary, and Utah Valley. They have not played anyone this year. They score 87 a game, played a top 50 pace, shoot it 49% from the field. Their stats are semi-skewed. They've played 2 Division IIs, and the only good team they did play was Kansas State. They won that game on the road. Yeah, that's a good win, but K-State is so goddamn bad. Again, their wins VMI, Chicago State, Lemoyne. Clearly your stats are going to look good if you're just playing cupcakes. Ohio, 5-6 on the year. They have only played 2 true cupcakes. They've won 4 in a row. One was against the Division II. That is one cupcake. They beat St. Bonaventure. That's a good team. Marshall, that's a good team. And then Maine was their other cupcake. Their losses, they lost on the road at Louisville, at St. Mary's, neutral site game against George Mason, home game to Arkansas State. Like, this team has been pushed to the limits. Bowling Green's not going to faze them. I will take Ohio at home. I will take the over. All right, next game. This line is just ridiculous. It is Maryland on the road at Virginia. This is a football number. Like, if the Terps were at the Cavaliers in football, you would think they'd be catching this. This is basketball. Like, come on now. Maryland's not this bad. I understand they've had some injuries, and it's first year at Buzz Williams. Virginia looks really good. 16.5. I mean, this is like mid-major level line. This is ridiculous. Maryland, 6-5 on the year. Most recently, they lost a home game to Michigan by 18 points. However, they were winning that game at halftime. So I honestly think that was a boost for their morale. They have had some injuries problems. They have Pharrell Payne questionable for this game. I think he got injured about 2 weeks back. They're going to need him down low. They've had a week to prepare for this game. You can throw out all of the stats. These teams don't like each other. Maryland needs a big win. They could get it here. I think the money line is live. Virginia, 9-1 on the year. They are ranked inside the top 25, so you do have that top 25 curse. They're ranked number 23. They have nice wins over Dayton, Texas, Northwestern. Their only loss came to Butler. I believe that was a neutral site game where they lost by 7. They score 87 a game, played a bottom 100 pace, shoot it 49% from the field. They love the three-pointer, making 11 of them a game. I'm not trying to argue Virginia's not good. They are clearly a good team. 17-point favorites at home, though, to a Big Ten school. No thank you. Give me Maryland plus 16.5. All right, final game. This is a stupid, another neutral site game. If you would have put this on either campus, this would have been fantastic. Unfortunately, this is in Phoenix, Arizona. Nobody is going to this game. What are we doing? I'm going to take the Buffaloes minus 4.5. They have the much better team. They've had the much harder schedule. Stanford has played absolutely no one, and they have 2 losses on the year. How you do that, I don't know. Stanford 9-2. Their losses came to Seattle at home by 8 points. Actually, now that I think about it, that might have been at a neutral. Don't quote me on that. Then they lost to UNLV by 1. Their best win was a neutral site buzzer beater over St. Louis. They score 82 points a game, played a top 175 pace, shoot it 44% from the field. They really don't do anything great. This is by far the best team they have played. I think Colorado houses them by double digits. The Buffaloes, Tad Boyle, 10-1 on the year. Their one loss coming on the road, rivalry game at Colorado State by 5. I was honestly very impressed with how they played. They score 88 points a game, played a top 175 pace, shoot it 52% from the field. They don't like the 3-ball. This team is massive down low. They're going to punish Stanford everywhere. Give me Colorado minus 4.5. All right, then we got almost bets. I guess before I'll talk about those, we have had a decent amount of people join the channel membership. If you don't know what that is, it is next to the subscribe button. There are 2 options. It is $4.99 a month. I think the other one's $9.99 a month. If you do decide to become a channel member, I appreciate it. It does help me out a lot. I will be doing members-only content starting in 2026. Once a week, I will be either doing a live stream, a video, something. I have not decided what. I will be doing once a week members-only content. Nothing else on the channel will change. This will simply be in addition to all of the free videos I provide. Obviously, with this channel, everything is going to be free. You will not have to pay money for everything. But for the people that do choose to spend the $4.99 or $9.99 a month for the channel membership, I would like to reward you guys. So I'm going to do live stream or video, yet to be determined, but it will be there coming in 2026. So if you want to join, you can hit the button, pay whatever you want, And that's that. Then you have the almost bets. First one is disgusting. Montana just lost a home game to an NAIA school. Now they're at Louisville. This has to be the worst spot in the entire year. I was real tempted to take the Grizzlies. I'm not going to bet it, but damn was I close. Next one, more MAC action. Buffalo on the road at Western Michigan. Buffalo's lost 2 in a row. I still think they are very good at basketball. I will take them -1.5. Finally, Lafayette played good at Charlotte. I know they didn't cover the 11.5. I think the money line is live again. I mean, Charlotte had to shoot over 52% from deep. I don't think Georgia Tech can come anywhere near that number. I'm going to take these Leopards +15.5. All right, that's going to do it for me in this video. I guess I should do one more score check on UC Irvine just to make sure they didn't have the comeback of all comebacks. Dude, they're down 25 points. They're winning the offensive rebound battle, and they're winning the turnover battle. Yet they're down 25 points at home. All right, whatever. Chalk that one up to an L. I appreciate you guys watching, tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.